Alright, good evening. Today is October the 3rd, 2017. It's about 9:30 at night Pacific, and I want to just do a update on some of the charts that I posted on Sunday night. Today's Tuesday, so I'm anticipating some market movement tomorrow, which was Wednesday the 4th, and if that's the case, let's talk about the euro. Here's the 240. And when I posted on Sunday, I believe I just entered here at 1825, and price was more towards the 1700 level, give or take 1730 level. Price did break through the support line of 1730, and it continued down to about 1695, at which that was my next level of support, was at 1690, and it found its support there. However, I'm not sure if price is done to the downside. The next level of resistance, however, will be more roughly towards it would 1770, give or take, was the first level of resistance, and it did pass that. And at this point, if it continues up, the next level of resistance would actually be more towards 1850, give or take, in that range. And if that's the case, well, then you have the triangle, and then you have for B, and then you have this as an A of 4, basically. So this is the A here of 4, and then this is the B here, and then this is the A of C of 4, basically, of which basically this will be the A, B, C for A, and then you'll possibly see a B come to around 1870, give or take, and then you'll see C that can end near the 1500 area. Now that's one alternative. I still have price finding some resistance more towards 1785 to 1795, which is why I have a tight stop at around 1807, because if it goes above 1800, more than likely it's going to stop me out, and price would go near the 1850, 1865 levels of resistance, and then at that point I will be looking for a short. So at this time, I'm going to just stay with half a contract and see if price is going to stay below the 1800 level. If it stays below the 1800 level, then it will continue down. Once it breaks above the 1800 level, then it's probably going to be another 60 to 80 ticks to the upside before it continues lower. So that's the euro. Moving on to the New Zealand. I think I was in this area on Sunday, and I anticipated a move to the downside where it would find support near my Gann fan of 7150. As you can see, the red 8x1 Gann fan, it actually found some support 3 times. So it made a triple bottom, and it found support there, and it went back up, but now it actually hit the 2x1 Gann fan, and it's finding resistance there, and it's bouncing between the 3x1 and the 2x1 on the Gann fan chart. So what I'm expecting now is, if I count on Elliott's term, if this is a 1, 2, then this will be the 3, this will be the A, B, C for 4, this will be 1, 2, 3, 4 here, and then you'll see another 5 that will come down well below, and it will break this support level, and basically my 1 here will actually be more towards 7100. if that's the case, and that will be one of three. The alternative is the one is already in place, and now you're going to see an A that will go up, that will actually break through the 7206 level, and then you'll see the B kind of float around in this area, and then you'll see wave C that has the chance of going back towards 7300 for wave 2 of 3, if this particular count is correct. So I mean, I'm still half a contract in. I'm still up 172 ticks. So at this point, I've already locked in over 100 ticks. So I'm willing to risk my stop being at 72.47 and prices being at 71.81 because I'm still anticipating another low. But if you see this on this perspective, everything looks good here. And if you look at it from a weekly standpoint, this is possible that this is wave 3, this is a W, this is an X, this is A, B, C, Y, where Y fell short of 0.618. And it can do that. So if that's the case, well then you'll have one of 5 here, or this will be 1, 2, then another 1, let's possibly 1 here, maybe a 2 here. But as you can see, prices already went below the support line of the 1/8. However, it did go right back up it, so it's hovering on this. So if it continues and it impulsively moves below the red Gann fan 1/8 line, well then the next target will be the purple 1/4. So that will give a firm indication that this top is in place, and until then the top is not confirmed. So I'll stick to the half a contract, and I'll stick to this current count. Moving to the Aussie dollar. Now I was down about 8 or so ticks 2 days ago, and price fell just shy of my stop, which I had anticipated going. This not sure if this is wave C of 4, which will have this is a 3, this is A, B, C, 4. But as of right now, that's what I'm technically calling it. Price has moved above a few of the Gann fans, and it's already in the cloud. So with that being said, I mean, it's still the red purplish color. So let's see what's happening. Okay. And right now it found resistance at my 3x1. And with by this Ichimoku cloud going moving down, it's giving me the indication that price is about to change, and this is going to eventually change colors, and this particular turquoise moving average line will eventually be on top. So what we would need to happen in the Aussie is this price needs to break above 78.75, and then the next hurdle will be the 79, the mid 79 level. I do anticipate it doing that. Once it does that, then that's when you're going to see the current move, making its way towards 83. So if this is the bottom, it's going to be a really good trade, but at the end of the day, it still does have the potential to go more towards 77, if not the mid 76 level. So we'll keep an eye on that. For now, I'll keep it small and go from there. And moving on to the pound. Now I'm currently counting this as a leading diagonal for wave 1, where wave 1 is not currently complete. You can say this will be a 1, 2, and then this will be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 3 possibly. But it can also be wave 1. and this entire move from 36.60 to 32, which was a 400 pip move, can be the leading diagonal wave 1. However, as you can see, price is continuing to find support on the 1x1 GAN fan near the levels of 32.23. So for it to continue lower, it will need to break through that impulsively, and it will find a little bit more of support in this particular area here, and that's where it's more than likely to complete its wave 1 if the top is wave 4 is the case. If not, you'll see price find some support in this area, and you'll eventually see a move that's going to go above this top. But if you look at it on a weekly, what piqued my interest is the fact that if you look at this top, you see a a vertical drop basically. And when I like to see these vertical drops, if you look at it like this here, look at this wave 2. Look how it dropped. It dropped here, it came back up, but then it eventually dropped. Versus a drop that's similar to this. This is more like a it's not a vertical. It's more like a diagonal type of look, in the sense to where it's not complete yet. And as you can see, when it went more to the right, you can see it still came up. You see, and this is more like to the right. As you see, it came back up. But from here, you see that it's down. It's going down. You can see my cursor going down. If you come back here, where was I at here? From this top, you see it's going to the right. See how it's going to the right? There, my cursor. Versus here, it's going down. It's pretty much just going down. That is a small indication that that top may be in place. Another thing that I'm looking at on Elliott's count is if this is wave 3, and this is W, and this is X, and this is Y, it has already met the expectations and some for wave 4, for wave Y of 4. Because if anything higher than that, then this particular count is not the count. And at some point, if prices continue higher than 136, well, maybe this is wave 5 and not wave 3. And this will be or maybe this is a 1, 2, and this is a 1, 2, let's say 3, 4, or 3, 4, 5 for 1 of a new trend. So I'm not going to say that just yet. However, it does have to eventually be on my mind for an alternate count, because you always want to keep in mind what are the other alternatives to a market. So for now, I'm short. I'll stay short. This is a good trade, and if wave 4 is done, it's going to be a huge trade, especially long term. And I would look to wait for a pullback and add on more contracts. So that's the pound. The CAD, this is something I wouldn't really recommend getting in. Price did find resistance at the 1x1, as you can see here, and now it found some support on the 8x1. So I need to see and that's why my stop has already been rose. Actually, I'm going to move it up a little bit more to here, which is basically the previous level of support. So if it comes near there and goes near it, then yeah, that particular it has another move to the downside. So this is something I don't see anyone getting in right now as far as a nice trade, unless you're going short, but it's very risky. So be careful. That was that. Let's see. The yen also it's formed a double top here, and I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen. This can be the top of wave 1, and now we can see a retracement wave 2 that can go down to 109, or it can be where I can have a W, A, B, C, X, then it's an A, B, and then a C for Y. So until prices makes its move lower than the 111.50 and stops me out, that's when I will be able to give a better indication of what's going on in the end. And the last trade is something I jumped in. I was only up a few pips and now I'm up 84, and that's the EURUSD. If this is wave C, you can see this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1. I have A, B, C, W. I have a X, possibly A, B, and then I'm expecting a C for Y to come down in this particular area. Now this can also be, this is 1, this can be A, B, C, 2, and now you can have a leading diagonal 1 of 3. This could be A, B, and then let's say C for 2 would be more towards this particular area. So what I want to do now is see what this GAN fan is telling me on this particular thing. So let's see. Let's do it. Let's draw it. I don't like it there, so let's see. I could go here, here, but I want to go here. Look how now I'm not exactly sure how to work a GAN fan, so I've been kind of just playing with it. I did some research on YouTube for a few moments, but what I've been doing is going back to some extreme levels of support and resistance to place it. And what I notice when I go back in time, this is where I find some of the best support and resistance levels for this particular GAN fan. So if I bring this up, as you can see, look how it's stopping cold on some of the fans. Right here on the purple 1x4, stop cold. Technically on the 1x8, it kind of found some resistance there a few times, quite a few times since I put it here. Look how many times it found some resistance there. It found resistance right here on the 2x1, right here. The blue 2x1. Look where it stopped at. You can almost say that it found some support. I'm sorry, yeah, it found support here. It found support here, just about on the 1x2. A few times on the 1x4. That was, support and resistance. And I'm not even for sure if I'm even doing it right. Someone said it. Someone suggested it, doing it that way. I started playing with it, and so far that's how I'm seeing it. So with this particular market, I'm expecting prices to probably find some support in this area, and I'll probably get out of it. I mean, that's I'm comfortable with about 300 ticks in this particular area, but it has a potential to get in the cloud and do some more damage to the downside. So I'll keep an eye on that. That's it for today. If Just be careful. Tomorrow should see some volatility in the markets, and we'll see what happens. Until then, though, happy trading, and hope this helps.